Okay, so hey, hi guys, hello and welcome back to my channel Elucidate, and welcome back to my lecture 3.1 of Java series. Okay, so guys, today onto this particular lecture, what I'm going to do is that I am going to make you understand a very important concept which is used in Java, and that is data abstraction. And I'm going to make you guys understand this particular concept in most non-technical manner. Why I'm saying I'll try to explain you onto most non-technical manner, because I have gone through a number of tutorials online, offline, in my college, on in my offices. And whenever you ask something or someone about what is data abstraction, the only thing they start doing is that in abstraction X is done, and in encapsulation Y is done. I'm always fed up of this particular concept. If I am talking about data abstraction, please let me know about what data abstraction is all about. Do not start comparing it with data encapsulation. This is an oops concept. I know, even I can go ahead and read it out, right? So I know there are a lot of young freshers, there are a lot of young people who are learning Java, who are onto their starting learning Java. Instead of going through very very heavy books, reading a lot of stuff, this is abstraction, this is how we achieve, start writing coding. Even before understanding what abstraction is, people are learning abstract data types, what are abstract method, how to write them, how to achieve. They just learn it, and they say that no, they have become a core developer, Java developer. So guys, I won't be doing this with any one of you, and the main agenda of my entire channel is that I should explain it in the most basic manner, so that everybody is able to understand the very small concepts. Okay, so now no more lectures, get back straight to the main topic that needs to be discussed over here. Okay, so there are only two steps involved in order to understand entire data abstraction in Java. Okay, so onto this particular lecture, I am going to cover in 3.1 the step 1 that I have described over here, and I will cover it in most non-technical manner. Okay, so first try to understand what the hell is this abstraction. If you just Google it out, even if you type what is abstraction, it will redirect you to SQL data abstraction. Some will redirect you to the URL Python data abstraction, how to achieve. What is data abstraction, abstract classes? Just forget everything and just listen to what I am saying, with patience and with trust. Okay, and after this particular lecture, nobody can deceive you in what this abstraction is all about. How to achieve, I will explain later, but what is abstraction and how you can relate it with your normal life, first try to understand that particular concept. There is no need of going ahead and writing, I mean, core technical stuff if you don't know what abstraction is all about. I've seen highly experienced guys in organizations. They say that they have 15 years of experience onto an agile and scrum. And if I ask them a very basic concept, that who is responsible for handling a daily scrum calls, the answer is like scrum master. And I was literally shocked, and I told the people that scrum master is not even mandatory. It's not even mandatory to attend your daily scrum call. So that is a different whole topic. So even after getting n number of experience, people do not know the exact fact. So please do not, I won't let this happen to any one of you. Okay, okay, so thank you for listening all that stuff. Okay, so starting the lecture. So what is this particular abstraction? So this is very simple definition that I have noted it down in my library, or in the way I used to think it is that removing of some characteristics or removing of some features, comma, so that only basic essential properties are exposed to the end user. I hope it makes sense. Which means that, let's say there is some product, let's say there is a particular robot into which only essential properties are exposed to the end user, and how that robot is working internally is totally hidden. We all do not know. All have no damn idea how a robot works, right? Until unless the creator of the robots know, right? So for example, there are n number of robots currently in our onto this particular era 2021. And we know that if we say something to a particular robot, or we give a particular instruction or a command, that robot goes to a particular place, performs a certain task, and comes back. So how a robot normally looks like, I hope everybody knows how a robot looks like. Let me just show you if I just type it down over here, please be with me. At the end of the lecture, you'll enjoy and you'll be able to understand what this abstraction was all about, what the hell it was. So this is how a robot looks like, right? So if you say that go up, it will raise its arm up. If you say raise your arm down, it will raise its arm down. So this is how it works. But there are n number of coding required. There would be thousands and lakhs of on crores of lines of coding required in order to do some particular stuff. So I'm not, since I'm an end user, I do not even require how the hell it is working. I just want to have this toy with me, and whenever I say set an alarm, it set an alarm. That is it. This is how an end user wants. End user never wants to be, you know to first gain knowledge and then use a particular product. If I say that next time, before going to bath and the product that you are using on your head, first understand the chemical formula of the soap which you are using and then start using it, you will get irritated, right? In the same way, let's give me a demo of this particular robot. I hope everybody must be having some echo dot kind of devices, like Alexa kind of devices. Everybody must be having. Everybody, you can download it on your phone as well. Suppose I have my echo dot over here, right? And if I give a particular voice command to my echo dot device, it will do something. Let me give you a demo over here. Let's say, Alexa, what is current time in California right now?
The time in California is 8:09 a.m.
Fine. So what this Alexa device said, it said that the time is 8:09. Should I cross verify it? Should I not? Let's verify it. Current time in California. Perfect. So this device worked perfectly fine. It's really 8:09 a.m. in California at this point of time. So, so what this Alexa device gave us the functionality. They have only already told the end users like me. They have told to all the end users that only essential properties are exposed over here. Essential properties like, you just give a voice command, it will do something. You give a voice command, it will give you output. If I say play this particular song, it will start playing it. Okay, even if I say Alexa, it will start lighting up in blue color. So this is how all the important characteristics. This is a product of Amazon. Amazon is not going to share you the entire coding part of Alexa. Entire coding of Alexa will never be shared, right? Otherwise, even I can develop in next 4 5 years an device like Alexa. Okay, so they have removed all the characteristics, or some features, so that only basic, these are those properties like giving voice command has been exposed to the end user, and this is how it works. This is all abstract. This is the meaning of abstraction. If you just Google it out, you will find terms related to this only. Okay. Now allow me to give you a second example. Let's say a father and child kind of stuff. Okay. So let's say this is a particular actor. This is your father, and this is you, right? And at some point of time in your life, you have said that hey father, now it's time for me to go to a particular college, and the fees of that college is, let's say, $900 per month. And at this point of time, your father is flabbergasted. But since you are his child, so what he'll do, that he will try to make ends meet, and you have 30 days to deposit your fees, right? So what your father is going to do, he must be facing n number of difficulties on day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 30. How he's gonna manage $900 per month. It's his stuff. All the responsibilities he will be taking care of. He would not be telling you that, onto this I went to a particular loan department, I applied for a loan, and this bank rejected me, then I went to another um, bank and I asked for $400 loan. Just kind of example, just any weird example I'm taking. So whatever he did, in order to make your ends meet, or in order to make sure that you are getting $900 per month, you should only be concerned with $900. That is it. You asked and you got it. That is it. All the internal details have been hidden, or they have not been exposed to you, how he managed to give you $900, right? I hope with the help of these two examples I have made myself totally clear. Fine. And Now allow me to take example of third example, which is also a very very weird kind of example. Let's say take an example of a love marriage. Most of the people who are seeing this lecture at this point of time, some may have done arranged, some may have done love marriage, right? So what happens in a love marriage kind of stuff? Let's say there are two people, one here and one here. They got engaged and they did a love marriage, and now they are a married couple. Currently, what is their status as of now? They stated their current status on FB shows that they are a married couple, but they have hidden all the internal details. Nobody tell, neither she told, neither he told that how many hours they have been chatting on Facebook with each other. Did they tell you? No. Before marriage, how many years they were in a relationship with each other? Like, did they tell you? No. So nobody tells you all the internal details. The only thing is that for me at this point of time, the only thing that all the people who are on FB, they should only be able to see that they are now a married couple. This is the essential property that is exposed to everyone on the Facebook, Twitter, Insta, right? But nobody will tell you that how many years they were in a relationship, how many hours they chatted on FB, how many times they did a voice call with each other. Nobody will tell you that particular thing, right? So this is how, and this is what abstraction is all about. So in one simple term, hiding or removing some features so that only basic properties are exposed. These are the basic properties. Like I gave you example of Alexa. I gave a voice command and she told me, oh, my Alexa is on. Sorry, I won't take this name. So I gave some command to my Echo Dot device, and again, so I gave a command to one of my devices, and they started running. And nobody told me that what how whether it was being coded in Java, Python, Ruby, XYZ. So this is what is all about abstraction, and I hope after 15 minutes of wasting my time in order to make you understand this concept, you would never be sitting in front of anyone and asking what is abstraction. These 15 minutes, I hope I have made some sense, right? And now this was the definition of abstraction. Okay, and now we are going to understand what is data abstraction. Now I'll be giving you some very weird example. It may be relevant, it may not be relevant, but now I'll be telling you data abstraction in terms of some data, right? Let's give just give me 2 more minutes, right? Okay, so let's say I have a particular class. It's a time machine class, right? I have built a time machine. I am the owner of the time machine. I, Avinav Mishra, have built a particular kind of time machine, right? I'm very proud of myself. Although I've not built it, I'm just saying for the sake of saying. For an example, let's say I am the, the inventor of time machine. I have written n number of public, very strong coding, public, protected, static, void, everything, high level of coding I have done, right? Protect and protect the public key. I mean, anything, any weird stuff I've written over here, which means very high level of coding I've done. And there are n number of features onto my time machine. You can go to the future, you can go back to past, you can go to a particular day of a year, you can go to a particular month, and you can also go to a time when your dad was born, you can also go to a time when your mother was born, right? So I'm giving all these particular features at this point of time onto my time machine 1.0, let's say, right? But since it contains n number of coding, it contains 500 lines of code, it contains 550 a lines of code, right? So I'm not going to expose you all this stuff to my end user. Let's say as you are a user who is viewing this particular video at this point of time, you come and say that I have to go to the future, so I won't give you this particular method, right? I'll create a particular another kind of method like public void go to future user. And when you come over here, the only thing you have to pass that you have to enter your name. Let's say your name is Alex. Just enter your user, enter your name, and you'll go to future, enter your name and another parameter, date, where you are going to go on to which date of future. You have to pass only these two parameters and you will go to the future. And in order to write this method, it has taken me 5 years, right? It has taken me 5 years to write a method to go to the future for a time machine. So in order to build a machine like this, it will take an entire lifetime of a person. I hope you guys are getting what I'm trying to say. Okay. So this is how I've hidden all the data, all the essential or some properties that I do not want to get exposed. I have only given you this particular thing, this particular method, that you enter your name and the date you want to go and you will be there, right? So guys, this is how you should try to understand abstraction, right? So this was all about data abstraction, and now we are going to understand what is data abstraction in Java, right? So data abstraction in Java is achieved by your interfaces and abstract classes, and I'll cover them quickly in next few hours, right? So I'll be giving you guys demo in order how to achieve data abstraction in Java. But what abstraction is all about and what is data abstraction, why I did not show you entire data, because you can also build your time machine. If I show you the entire coding part, and if you're a techie guy, you can build your own time machine, right? So by definition, if we go, we have removed some characteristics so that only essential properties are exposed. This is the reason why I have highlighted in red. Okay, so this was all about data abstraction in Java. How to achieve it, I'll cover it onto my next video. But from now onward, guys, do not go and start searching for Google and number of resources. Market is open for everyone. I'm not saying that do not search it, and keep on searching till you understand. But I hope this is the in the most non-technical manner I have been able to make you guys understand. Okay, so guys, thank you for your time, thank you for your patience. I will discuss how to achieve data abstraction onto my next lecture. Thank you, thanks a lot.